What's up, guys? I'm just hanging here with my homeboy. His name is E.T. We're trying to find a way for him to go home right now, but it's not looking so good, guys. It is not looking so good. What do you have to say about it? He's at a loss for words, guys. Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Los, and I'm over here at the Contra Costa Con. This is a local Comic-Con that takes place here in Contra Costa County, and I'm gonna go ahead and check it out, so follow along with me. Check it out. Here's the floor. Got tons of people here today. What's up, guys? I think I found my dad. Check him out. I know somebody out there thinks so. Check out these ones, guys. The Slave One. That's pretty cool.
They have that one in the front.
I want a gun.
About two of those. So let me.
Now, I know somebody out there in YouTube who would not pick this up. His name is Scott, and he's from Retro Crunch. That Storm Shadow is sick. There they are, all the Ninja Turtles. The Barons.
What is this? I don't know. You can think of the blue nugget and head shopping. That's a good one. I like that one. Yeah, 24. Go to flea market. Sounds good. I like that.
I saw you.
We got a bunch in there. We got some over here. We got some systems. We got everything. Just
Oh, you got some retro?
Want something?
Some retro games? How much are you asking for the games?
Each one is individually.
Individually?
priced.
Okay.
Sorry.
What about for the Rygar?
Rygar? Dad. Rygar. We'll do 15 on Rygar.
Okay. What about this Frogger machine right here?
We're doing 100 on that one.
$100? Okay.
The stickers are in very, very good shape.
Oh, you guys have got a GoBot, huh? That's pretty cool. Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Los back here at the Retro Cave, and I'm going to show you what I picked up today at today's Contra Costa Con. But before I do, I'm going to show you some things that I picked up last weekend at a similar toy show at the Pot of Gold Collectibles. This was a smaller toy show that was held last weekend, and I went there and I picked up a couple of things that I'm going to show you right now. So the first thing that I picked up is Excitebike for the N64. I didn't actually know that they made this cartridge. I thought that they had made Excite trucks, but I didn't know that they actually had an Excitebike 64. Loved playing the original Excitebike on the Nintendo. It was one of those launch games that stuck with me, and I always would play it from time to time. I actually got the manual for it, which is a rarity, finding manuals with loose cartridges. And yeah, it has all the instructions, as you would imagine. So Excitebike 64. I'm not too big of a Nintendo 64 fan, but how can you go wrong with Excitebike? To go along with that, I picked up a copy of Rolling Thunder for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, Rolling Thunder is one of my favorite arcade games, and this is a port of that game. This game is really, really close to the arcade game it's based off of. I love that. I love that about this game. It's a Tengen game, which means that it was unlicensed. That's why it's in the nifty black cartridge. I have a few of these. I think it's Tetris that I own and RBI Baseball, I believe. But this is an awesome game. I'm glad to have this game in my collection. Now, these next series of pickups I actually got from a friend of mine, JD. He goes toy hunting all the time and goes to like different Walmarts and Targets searching for stuff to buy. So last week, during the week, I forgot what day it was, he sent me a pic of some toys that I wanted. and these are what I'm going to show you right now. So the first one is Roadblock. This is the classified series Roadblock. So this was sitting at a Target toy shelf, and it was one of the toys that I've been, wanting to pick up. I've seen these all the time at toy shows, and I've always wanted to pick one up, but I've just never been lucky enough to find one in the wild. And usually at the toy shows, these things are priced, $30, $40. And so, yeah, JD picked it up for me, and he actually gave it to me today at the Contra Costa Con. Roadblock. I love the way that they made these action figures. They come so detailed, and they're not the regular 3 3/4 inch figures that we're used to, or 3 1/4 inches. I forget how tall they are, but they're a lot bigger than that. And the articulation in these action figures is pretty awesome. So JD also picked up Scarlett. Scarlett, of course, was the female commando in the G.I. Joe ranks. She was awesome. And JD was telling me that this particular action figure is a good pickup because she's kind of hard to find out. I wouldn't know. To me, they're all actually kind of hard to find. So I think that this is a good pickup as well. Now, JD also hooked me up with one of my favorite G.I. Joe characters, and that is Zartan from the Classified series. Zartan was always one of these mysterious Cobra figures that I always admired, just because he was so dark and mysterious, and he was the leader of the Dreadnoks. And the Dreadnoks, as you guys know, are kind of like the biker gang of the Cobras, and he was their leader. He was awesome. The toy back in the day used to change color in the sun, and it came with this swamp sled that he used to haul around in garbage and disguise himself as like this old trader. Now this one doesn't have any of that, but it does have the mask that he used and the backpack that he would put his mask in. So I'm very appreciative of that. It would be cool if they had like a full-size swamp sled for him for this action figure. I thought that that was part of the package, but yeah, no, I'm happy with this Zartan action figure. I think it's pretty cool. Yes, Zartan is one of my favorite Cobra action figures. So the next series of things I'm going to show you is stuff I actually got today at today's Contra Costa Con. The first thing I'm going to show you here is Marvel versus Capcom. This is Black Widow versus Ryu. This is a set of collaboration universe, Marvel Gamer Universe, and the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite toy line. It's Black Widow versus Ryu, and of course Black Widow has a movie out. I haven't seen it yet, but people are talking about it. I think it's gotten mixed reviews mostly. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to watch it to see how I like it. But I figured, man, this is such a cool little mashup, Ryu, of course, is the hero, the protagonist of the Street Fighter II series, and Black Widow is just an overall badass. So it makes me wonder who would win in a fight, Ryu or Black Widow. And to go along with the Joes that JD picked up for me at Target, I picked up the man, the myth, and the legend, Snake Eyes. I have been looking for Snake Eyes for quite a while. Snake Eyes is another one of my favorite G.I. Joes, and that's because he's a ninja. He is a badass ninja. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he doesn't need to. He is a man of action, and he fucks Cobra shit up all the time. Everybody except maybe Storm Shadow, who is his arch rival in the G.I. Joe universe. But this is a Joe that I've been on the lookout for quite a while. I paid $30 for him. And with the other ones that you saw previously, I paid $20 a piece. But, I figured, this is an action figure that I've been wanting, and I am willing to throw down an extra $10 to get him, because I can never find these things in the store. And if I see this at Comic-Con convention or any other convention, you know, for a good price, I'm gonna steal it up. And this is, I think that I did good by picking this up for 30 bucks. And the other pickup I got in the G.I. Joe toy line is Flint. I picked this guy up for 20 bucks. Now Flint, of course, came in later in the G.I. Joe universe. He is Flint. I mean, what can be said about him? He was like Duke's right-hand man and General Hawk's kind of right arm. He was awesome. I used to love this character too. I loved him in the cartoons, and he looks pretty cool. He comes with like this shotgun and a beret. He's like a green beret. He's badass. I like Flint. And finally, guys, I had to do it, guys. I had to do it. I had to pick up Rygar for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is a game that I grew up playing in the arcades and on the Nintendo, and you know, this is an underrated game. Not a lot of people talk about Rygar, but I used to love this game. Now, it doesn't necessarily follow the arcade version, which is a good thing. I actually enjoyed this version of the game a whole lot better than I did the arcade. This one has more of an exploration element than the one in the arcade, and it was NES tough, guys. It was NES tough. Along the way in Rygar, there were several items that you can pick up to make the game easier, and so that you can unlock areas. So in essence, it was kind of like a prehistoric Metroidvania. It was an awesome game, and gosh, I can remember playing this game for hours upon hours. So many hours spent playing this game that, you know, I would get to the end, like almost near the end, and my Nintendo, from being exhausted from playing it for so long, would freeze. So I would spend like 2 hours playing this to get to, you know, near the end, and the damn thing would freeze, and I would be so pissed. And that's all my fault, right? Because I was playing it for so long that the game would freeze. And I hope that this game doesn't freeze like the one that I used to have when I was a kid. But I am so glad that I picked this game up. As you saw in the video, they were selling it for 15 bucks. It goes for like 12 on price charting or something like that. So I mean, 3 bucks. I don't give a shit about 3 bucks. Plus, it came with the sleeve, and you know, I don't know how much these are worth, but it's a nice bonus to have. Well, there you have it, guys. That was my time at the Contra Costa Con. Hope you enjoyed this video. Did you guys see anything in the video that you guys would have picked up? I know that if I would have had more money and if I would have had more time, I probably would have picked up a lot more than what I already did. But, you know, when you go to these things, you go with a budget, and you quickly exceed the budget the longer that you stay there. As I did exceed my budget this time, but you know what? It was worth it. It was definitely worth it. And that's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Throw me a like and throw me a comment. And I will see you next time on The Big Retro Show. Peace.